Dinner for shoes, please.
Hello, and welcome to an episode of Dinner for Shoes. Today's episode is called Lobster Roll and Hamptons Goals because it rhymes. There's definitely no other reason. No, I mean, we are going to talk about like what I was expecting of the Hamptons because I just got back and it was my first time there, first experience of the Hamptons. We're going to compare it to the Jersey Shore, obviously, because that's all I have to compare it to besides like Hilton Head where my family lives. And we're going to talk to a special guest, Maria Maiurano, who is actually a Hamptons girly and has visited 5 times and has like the vibe down pat. So we're just going to get her 2 cents and kind of check in and see if her perception of the Hamptons and the Hampton style is the same as mine. A spoiler, it is. It's not that hard to figure out when you go there. But let's start with talking about the outfit behind the shoes, just because, spoiler, I am kind of like not necessarily fitting. I do think this outfit is cool 70s Hamptons vibes. Like if I went to the Hamptons in the 70s, I very much would expect someone to be wearing like big sunglasses with this bag and these ginormous shoes and like this Erika Peña outfit, and it would just be a vibe. But this is a little bit more colorful. Both Maria and I thought that people really tend to stick to neutrals in the Hamptons, at least for right now, and that's kind of like the trend of the moment. So anyway, this little set is by Erika Peña. I love it. I love a halter. I always will. In the summer, it is my fave. This is really comfortable too. Like I could sleep in this set, to be honest with you. The pants are a bit long on me, which tends to happen with sets that involve pants and not skirts or anything. So I decided to wear my set with the no-Nick shoes. I call these my no-Nick shoes because they are not because Nick is short necessarily, because they are ginormous and they will make me taller even though I'm only 5'1", seriously probably taller than anyone who's going to be around me unless that person is like a model. Like they are huge. I have to say I am surprised with myself that I can even walk in them, but I love a platform that does 2 things. One, there's the ankle strap, so it keeps your foot kind of like sturdy and in place. So no tripping. And 2, basically half of this platform is this platform. So you're just elevated. You just got to make sure you don't twist your ankle. But again, the ankle strap helps with that. These are from Aldo and I got them a while back. Emma Roberts has them in yellow. I might have already used these as a shoe because I'm remembering that I talked about that. But I don't think I did. I think I just referenced these shoes. And I'm wearing these Aldo platforms. They are also very old. Emma Roberts has them in yellow. I think she wore them to Coachella a few years ago. Could be wrong about that, but I know it's Emma Roberts. And I saw them and I was like, she's a short, like petite girl. Like I want these, but I want them in white. So these are huge. But anyway, these puppies are huge. And maybe I did already use them as a shoe, in which case I am wrong and that will be hilarious. But I like these for when something is too long and I don't want to get it tailored. The earrings that I'm wearing with these shoes are by Oomiay, which they are a jewelry brand that's all about female empowerment. They have some really cute, trendy gold, which I'm a gold jewelry girl, of the moment pieces. And these are actually the earrings that I kind of wore all throughout my Hamptons weekend, my Hamptons visit. They are the basket weave earrings and they scream Hamptons to me because they're chic, they're sophisticated, they're like, they could be cute with like summer outfits such as this one. They're the antidote to a hoop, and one might expect you to wear a hoop with the 70s inspired outfit, but I am taming it by wearing my basket weave earrings, my basket weave studs. And then I have my Stout bag here because in reality, I would wear my Stout bag with these Aldo shoes. They're pretty much the perfect shade. The leather matches. But as you'll hear, Maria and I both agree that Stout is like the chicest Hamptons bag brand you could possibly shop. I actually think that there's a Stout in the Hamptons, like a Stout store. So that's just a little, I do wear my Stout bag all the time. My favorite part about this Stout bag is obviously the S. S stands for Stout, S stands for Sarah, S stands for sophisticated, sophisticated stands for the Hamptons. I don't know. And of course I got a lobster roll. We're going to be talking about some of the spots that Nick took me to in the Hamptons in Montauk, and one of them was 668 The Gig Shack, I believe, and that's where we tried both. I've had lobster roll before, but both types of lobster rolls. The Connecticut style, which is like the warm, hot, steaming with the butter, with the melted butter, because of course butter wouldn't stay. Sir. And then the Connecticut, and then the Maine style. The Maine style, which is cold with mayo and dill. And we actually played a game when we were there, and we kind of guessed, like we both took a bite we shared them, and we both took a bite, and then we decided like what our favorite style was and then what the other person's favorite style was going to be. And we like said it at the same time, and I got one wrong. I actually thought that Nick was gonna like the, sorry, now I'm getting so confused with the states, you know? Geography. I thought Nick was going to like the Connecticut style better because he's like a very like, you go out to dinner, you can order steak, chicken, or fish. Like he's always going to get the fish. He loves fish. So I thought like he would like just the warmth, taste of the lobster as if it were on a dinner dish in front of him. Well, no, I was wrong. He too, just like me, prefers the Maine style with like mayo and dill and some like onions and veggies like chopped up, and it just becomes this like cold, refreshing lobster salad on a bun. I was like, where can I get one of these in Hoboken? And the answer is not many places. Surprise, surprise. But I did find Jack's Lobster Shack, which is in Edgewater. And I do not like discriminate. We can do restaurants from Hoboken, Jersey City, Edgewater, Weehawken, anywhere. So I got myself a lobster roll. Lobster rolls are expensive. I always forget how expensive they are. And you always forget how expensive a lobster roll is until you order two. And then you're like $60 for bread and lobster. Oh, it's lobster. That's what happens when you order a lobster roll. Does anyone else feel me on that? But anyway, I did only order one. You're welcome wallet. And I, of course, got the Maine style. So we're going to try it. I was looking at the pictures from Jack's, and they look like they have top quality lobster. Where are they getting it from? Hopefully not the Hudson River right there. I really fucking hope not. But let's just, you know, they're great in Montauk and the Hamptons. And that is the point. So we're going to talk about some of the places that we ate and just how good the food was there. Everything is a vibe there, which obviously Dinner for Shoes is all up on a vibe. You know, we love that. First, you're going to listen to my interview with Maria and kind of get like her sense of the Hamptons. She, of course, had all of the best recommendations for where to shop, what outfits are cool now versus what outfits might have been cool 5 years ago. And she just knows her shit. She is a fashion creator. She kind of fell into it. Her friends were like, you're so good at this. Like, you posted one video, it suddenly has 1 million views. Like, go for it. Like, make this your thing. And it's so cool when someone can make their hobby their career. So she's all about that. And of course, specializes in like just, she did tell me that her friends always ask her what to wear. They're always borrowing stuff from her. So she is the perfect person to ask what to wear to the Hamptons. I'm going to talk through the outfits that I wore. Funnily enough, I wore a lot of the brands that Maria suggested shopping for the Hamptons. And then as I'm talking through the different outfits that I wore, I'm going to recommend a couple more of my favorite brands that I think have that Hamptons vibe, just in case you happen to be going there for Labor Day or sometime in September or next year or whenever the fuck you discover this video. So go ahead and check out our interview.
So back when I was in high school, I always had like a love for fashion. I was the girl that like went to high school in like heels, and it was a public high school in New York, not necessary. So from there, I was like, I'm gonna go to fashion school. I went in toward FIT, hated it. I was like, wait, I want like the college experience. I don't want to be like FIT is like one building.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not for me. So I was like, I'll go to another school and I'll do fashion there. That didn't end up happening. The school I went to they just didn't have a fashion program.
Okay.
So throughout that, I've always loved clothes, fashion, etc. during COVID. Started like dabbling a little bit, started posting. I posted one video, it was like styling up with me. I remember taking that, my friend texted me, she's like, your video has like 200,000 views. I'm like, wait, what? Wake up. And I was like, okay, maybe I need to do this for real.
Yeah.
So yeah, then I kind of just started posting consistently, and I was like, I want to do this full time, and I just dove right into it, and it's great. I'm always the friend that everybody borrows clothes from. Like whenever someone needs an outfit, they're always like, "Oh, you have something to wear." So fashion and I have a long history, and I've always loved it. So
I love that. I love when you can make something that's like it started as a hobby, but you can just like make it your career. Like that's the best feeling.
And it was like a dream. Like this is really the dream for me. Like I just love what I do. I love being able to help other girls like style clothes, and yeah, so
100%.
Amazing.
It's always good when like you feel like there's some sort of like give back element to it. Like it's not just benefiting you, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's great. So, okay. So I reached out because I saw that you had the little Hamptons highlight on your Instagram. Yeah. So I'm assuming you are a Hamptons person. What's like your relationship with the Hamptons? How many times have you been, etc.?
Sure. So I've been 5 times. I started going. Have you heard of Palm Tree Festival?
No.
So Kygo has this festival that he does like in the Hamptons every year. He's done it for the past like 5 years.
Okay.
My friend and I are big Kygo fans. She was like, "There's this festival. My friend's going to Wet in the Hamptons." Did that 3 years ago. We go every year. And this past year, I went to the Hamptons twice in the summertime just to like do the whole Hamptons experience. Mm-hmm. My best friend lives in New York City. So I always fly in and then I go down with her. It's been on like a bucket list to really do like a good like Hamptons weekend, like classic like surf lodge, journeys, all that. So we did that this summer. It was incredible. Yeah. So much fun. Definitely worth the trip and worth the hype. But yeah, so I've been a couple times. I'll definitely be back. But yeah.
Well, then you definitely have. I mean, you have the experience to talk about kind of like the fashion there, and even so, you live in Florida.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So that's great because you can kind of compare and like, you know, the fashion there is obviously very different than the fashion, you know, in the Hamptons. You're close to New York and there's kind of like a bit of an aesthetic there. So I grew up going to the Jersey Shore and Jersey Shore is completely different from the Hamptons, but my boyfriend grew up going to the Hamptons and going to Montauk. And so he took me last weekend and that's why I'm doing my episode kind of like a recap of it. So tell me like, in your opinion, what you feel like the aesthetic is, like what would you pack going to the Hamptons that you wouldn't necessarily wear when you're like in Florida?
Sure. So I would say I had this exact conversation with my friend when we were going. Honestly, it's a lot of neutrals I found. Like when I was going, like a lot of like whites, tans, navy blues. Like I kind of consider like light blue, not really a neutral, but like nothing like crazy, like not a lot of jewel tones. Mm-hmm. And then it's a lot more, I don't want to say like not necessarily sophisticated like it can be. I mean, I still wore like dresses, but it's a lot of like little dresses. I wore like linen pants, a lot of linen, like that kind of thing. Yeah. I remember the one thing when I was packing with them was like, just don't wear like a ton of black, which is like a big contrast from when I go to New York City. It's like all they wear is black.
Yes.
So I personally am like a white girl. Like I like neutrals, like lighter neutrals. So that was nice. What else? I would say it's a lot more refined, like elevated basics is a big thing when I was there. There are prints, obviously, like florals and whatnot, but I definitely stayed more on the neutral side, like the classic Hamptons vibe. Like when you go, it's like you kind of want to
totally.
That's kind of what I look for.
Yeah, you just totally get it. Like I feel like you just look around and you see people like of all ages just kind of dressing exactly like you're describing, which is cool because it's cool to go to a place that like has that predetermined aesthetic almost. Do you feel like in the years that you've been, like you said, you've been 5 times, do you feel like it's changed at all? Or do you feel like for the most part, it's just kind of like gone with the trends?
I would say it's adapted. I would say it's kind of kept the core style where it's like neutral whites, it's like elevated basics, but it does still map with the trends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of people like will be wearing things that are trending now and they just kind of adapt it to. Like, I feel like when I used to go, it was more like mini dresses, short dresses, maxi dresses. I feel like I saw so many of now. Like, I love a maxi dress, so I was all for it. But it was all like longer skirts, longer dresses, a lot of like crochet, but in like not in like a beachy Florida way, in like an elevated way. If that makes sense. Like I wore this one white crochet dress with flowers on it I think 4 of the people on the trip borrowed it because it was like such a hit. But that kind of style. So it does change definitely based on the year, but it stays true to its like core elevated basics. If you're going to Hamptons, you want to look chic, you want to give off that like I'm rich vibe even if you're not.
100%. Yup, exactly. It's like a rich kid's playground in the summer. Yeah. Yes. I love that. Okay, so just as a fashion girl, I feel like we all kind of have like our methods of styling outfits, specifically styling outfits for vacation when we know like, okay, we have like an itinerary. So how do you go about doing that? Let's say you are going on a trip to the Hamptons. Where do you start? Is it like you have pieces and you're like, I know I want to wear this, this, and this? Or tell us how you like go about it.
I definitely used to be just like pack it all and just hope for the best. Now, whenever I fly, I like to plan it out beforehand.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm doing, I say I pack a definite outfit for that. So like we have 4 events I know we're doing. There's an outfit for that. No question. And then I usually bring a couple backups. And then from there I basically just put together whatever I think I'm gonna wear for the trip, what other my friends might wear. I usually bring backups for everybody else. And then that's kind of how I go forward with it.
I love that you bring outfits for everyone else. I think that is obviously what people like depend on you for. It's awesome.
Absolutely. And it's like some like as I'm flying in, like I don't have that much space, but I will do my best. Like I will fit it if I can. So
yeah. Okay, and finally, and this is like my last question, but feel free to throw in anything else that you feel like we haven't said about Hampton style, but are there any like go-to brands that you would recommend shopping if you are like vacationing in the Hamptons as opposed to vacationing somewhere else, like a Caribbean island?
Definitely. So like I said before, elevated basics, like you want to look just elevated, put together. Like when I was going, I loved Meshki, had a bunch of very like unique pieces. That's why I went for things that I knew would catch like your attention.
Yeah. And
then I love Dish for like elevated basic pieces that I would wear there, but also like other places too. Like they have a lot of maxi dresses. I love Source Unknown if I want the kind of like elevated like style. Not for clothes because they're so expensive, but I love Staud's bags.
Yeah.
They're obviously, they're like $200 to $300, which is pricier for a bag, but they're good quality. I have a couple and they're such good quality. And the beaded one specifically gets so much attention. I wore that both times I went. It was like a hit. I would say those are my big ones. And then that's kind of where I did most of my shopping. And then a lot of my accessories, I honestly get on Amazon, like my jewelry, just because it's just easy.
Yeah.
Same thing with shoes. I feel like shoes get ruined really fast.
Yeah.
So I like don't want to spend a ton of money on those. But yeah, it just depends on what I'm feeling for that weekend. My bags, I have like my core bags that I bring. I feel like accessories are what make an outfit, especially in Hampton. Like that's what you can have like a basic white dress and you throw on like a Staud beaded bag and people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, I love your bag. It just ties it together.
Yeah.
So that's always my like biggest tip is like focus. People don't realize how much accessories make an outfit. Now I think they do because there's that whole trend on TikTok about like styling, wearing versus styling.
Yeah.
And it's all accessories. Like it's adding a belt or it's adding a bag or bracelets or something. And that's been like something I've really dabbled in this year, especially when I was in the Hamptons.
Yeah. And I think, well, first of all, those are all great recommendations. I wore Meshki and Staud when I was there last weekend. Like, I mean, I'm like, you're like speaking my language, but I feel like that's such a good point about going on Amazon for accessorizing because it's like you'll be scrolling and you see a look and you're like, I love the accessories that person's wearing. Like, let me just overnight these 3 packs for $10. Yeah. And then like it totally changes the look. So I think that's a great recommendation for sure.
Jewelry too, unfortunately. Like it just like I have bought 4 hand chains this summer.
Yeah.
I don't know where they go. I just lose them.
Or loaning them to your friends, especially if you are on a trip. Like it happens. What about swimsuits? Especially just like Hamptons vibey swimsuits. Any brands or places where you would recommend shopping?
Swimsuits. So swimsuits are tough. I actually would not recommend like Amazon for swimsuits. I feel like the quality is just like not there. And when you're in vacancy, you want to feel like confident and like it fits. I'm blessed because 2 of my best friends have bathing suit lines. So I get,
nice. Yeah. All right. So you have the hookup.
I get a lot of them from there. Bico Bikinis and Basic Beach. They both have like good classic styles. They're great quality. Obviously, I love them because they're my friends' brands. But they're, I know it's on the pricier side, but I love triangle bikinis.
Me too.
I think they're like $100 for top and bottom, which I feel like is not the worst for a bathing suit because you can wear a bathing suit so many times.
Over and over. Yeah.
Yeah. What else? I love Meshi has really fun bathing suits too. They have like a crochet one that I wore when I was in the Hamptons. Huge hit. Yeah, but I would say that's like a bulk of it. I love different daisies for bathing suits.
Me too.
There are a lot of like really cute girly ones, which I think is great when you're in the Hamptons. But yeah, that's probably like the bulk of where I get a lot of my bathing suits from.
Love that. Those are great recommendations. Thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed my interview with Maria. She definitely knows her shit. She's definitely been to the Hamptons. It's not like a lie. She went to a lot of the same places that I went to when I was there. I hit up Surf Lodge. I hit up Gurney's. As far as the food, I just want to like mention some of the other places. So Gurney's, if you don't know, is kind of like a more going out at night, like not necessarily clubbing, but like outdoor bar, people watching, cool situation. There are fire pits. It's a very chic bar atmosphere. And then Surf Lodge is definitely more of like a day party type atmosphere. And some of the other places, so I did mention that we went to 668 The Gig Shack, and I have to say that we had the cold lobster roll and the hot lobster roll, but one other thing we had there that was unreal, and I am a girl who loves a Caesar salad. Like, I think Caesar salad might be my favorite food. It's like up there with my top 5, but their Caesar salad, if you didn't notice from the pictures, their lobster rolls are served on croissants, which I think is a great move. I think it's interesting. I thought it was delicious, of course. And what they do on their Caesar salad is they make great fucking dressing. It had dill in it. I noticed dill, but on the menu it says it's secret. So of course I didn't like ask. There was going to be that like, you know, that girl who was wearing her, I'd like, oh, cats are getting fed. Girls, after you eat, come on over for some lobster. They will when I open up the lobster roll. But anyway, I wasn't going to ask them about their secret Caesar dressing, but what I did really enjoy is that they take maybe 2 or 3 day old, not any more than that, croissants, and they kind of like sprinkle crumbled croissant on top of their Caesar salad instead of a crouton. Oh my God. It was delicious. I wanted to inhale it. We had the Caesar salad before our lobster rolls. So by the time the lobster rolls came out, I was like, well, fuck, because now this lobster roll is so good. And the coleslaw that was with the lobster roll and the potato chips were so good. So that was just a great experience. But the night before that, we had gone to Duryea's and gotten their famous lobster Cobb salad. And oh my God, that is so worth it. That salad is delicious. You look at it and you're like, that can feed an entire family. And then you take a bite and you're like, this is all mine. Like, back the fuck off. It was really, really good. So I like had a great food experience in the Hamptons for the first time. And of course, like, there are celebrities wherever you go. Definitely like the restaurants, there's always like someone there. Like, if it's not a celebrity, it's an influencer. So it is definitely like a cool people watching place. It's not Hollywood, but it's, you know, it's a smaller space where a lot of people are dispersing. So you have high chances of seeing someone. And then they do get some cool like DJs playing at the different spots for day parties. So it's awesome. As far as what outfits I decided to wear in the Hamptons, I was specifically looking forward to one meshki one, but let's start with my first one. It was this And Other Stories dress that I actually repurposed from Fashion Week, I think maybe 2 seasons ago. I hadn't worn it since then, but I thought it was very Hamptons. I wore it with my Stout bag, and I wore it with my white And Other Stories sandals, another good match for the Stout bag. Same earrings, and I did my hair like off to the side. I thought it was very like sophisticated chic, but also a little playful. I also did, so my swimsuit of choice was by Black Bow, and I think that they're a really cool brand. I'm going to talk about them in a second when I mention some of the brands that I love, but I thought that this swimsuit was perfect because it's got a bandeau with a cute little bow, which makes it a little bit like, effortlessly like feminine, I guess. And then I loved the ruffled booty shorts that it came with. I just thought that was really cool. The pale yellow color, something about that with the blue like flowers just screamed Hamptons to me. And I wore my favorite high-rise denim shorts from Los Angeles Apparel, just a pair of sandals. Actually, I think they're from Nisolo. And this hat from Intentionally Blank. As you know, we had Intentionally Blank founder Ty McBride on the podcast already. He makes great hats. This is my second favorite one. It says per my last email. It's just a cute denim cap. And I thought that was like a casual cool look for the beach. I was most excited to wear this meshki set. It is still shoppable, so go fucking get it because it's amazing. It's lightweight. It comes with a slip underneath, so no, it's not sheer. I really liked the pink colorway. It comes with a cute little crop top that bears a hint of your midriff and a high-rise skirt, and then both the hem of the sleeves and the hemline of the skirt are kind of like fluted and wired, so it's just an overemphasized wavy hem that really made it like what it is. Stowed bag yet again. Same and other story sandals. You know that's one of my packing tips. Make sure all of your outfits match with your go-to 2 bags, 2 shoes. Best packing tip ever. And then my ukiyo sunglasses, my white 60s ukiyo sunglasses. I love those oversized motherfuckers. And one more look that I have to say I did like was this Hudson denim. This was like my surf lodge look during the day. It wasn't the nicest day, so it wasn't overly hot. I actually found that when you're in Montauk, you're at like the tip and it's pretty windy there, so it was a little cooler. And so I wore this sleeveless denim vest with matching denim pants from Hudson jeans with my Ultra eyewear big ass sunglasses. I love those. Those are black. A pair of black sunglasses. You know, if you listen to me, I always think that is going to make everything chicer. So just throw on a pair of those. And then I had my Nina bag, which has this crystal little closure on it that I thought looked perfect with my Pelmoda sandals. Hot take, if you are going to Surf Lodge, they have a beach situation. So I took off my sandals when I went into the sand over there. Man-made, but like, yeah, so just watch out about that. My feet were pretty dusty after. And then I wore silver earrings too, just because I'm not a silver gal, but all of the accents in my look were silver, and these silver earrings were gifted by my BFF Alicia, so that's just like special. I always feel better when I know like I'm wearing jewelry or a look that's like from my best friend. And so I'm going to now walk you through, like, aside from the brands that I just mentioned, some of the brands that I think would be great to shop if you're going to the Hamptons. I believe that there were some overlap between what Maria recommended and what I'm recommending. So it's just perfect. And clearly we get each other. So this is your ultimate Hamptons wardrobe. Okay. You're going out, you're taking that Montauk highway. It's going to take you 4.5 hours to get there, but you look chic. So what are you wearing when you're in the car? And simultaneously, that is going to also be your loungewear look when you're like staying in a house with your friends in the Hamptons. What are you wearing? Let's start there. I thought first, there is a Tombolo store in Montauk, first of all, and Nick and I bought shirts when we were there because we're just obsessed with Tombolo. We have a few. They're known for like their cool terry cloth looks, kind of kitschy little embroideries. Nick got me the lobster shirt, and then I picked out for him the shirt with the fish like hanging on it because I thought that just screamed him. Later on, we went to the website to look at them, and they were right underneath each other, and we were like, oh my God, you are my lobster. So that was cute. But they specialize in what they call escape wear, which just means it's perfect for vacationing. I actually really think it's a great gender neutral brand. I love the guys stuff just as much as the girl stuff. It's all like resort clothing. There's nothing beyond that, but they do what they do pretty fucking well. And they have a commitment to sustainability, which I also think is great. And yeah, there's a store there, so you can always shop while you're there in Montauk. And I was really like happy to bring home that like lobster shirt. It's the same shirt that I wore to interview Maria, actually. And then, okay, I also want to talk about Solid and Striped, which I think a lot of people know as a swimwear brand, but they do really good resort wear and loungewear now, and they make some of my favorite beach cover-ups, kind of like throw on and go looks that still feel like they're not necessarily swimwear, or you can wear them to like, you know, travel to the Hamptons or lounge by your pool in the Hamptons, at your Airbnb, you know? And their resort wear, it really focuses on like clean, minimalist designs. One of my favorite ever is this like really cool white belted look that I wear over my swimsuits, and like it is a little bit revealing, but if you're just like walking around, it's not super revealing. It's eyelet all over, but it's cool, and it's like a short dress situation. Really sophisticated, and actually belongs in the Hamptons. I should have packed that. It was just too high up in my closet, and I was feeling short that day. I guess I was wearing these pants. And they do focus on understated luxury and refined simplicity, according to their website. And they make chic and polished throw on and go resort wear. One other one that I love, if you're a little bit more into the quirky side, is M on Holiday. They're celebrity loved. A lot of celebrities have worn their stuff. I know like Gigi Hadid's worn a set. This is Lauren Chan wearing a set. We've had Lauren Chan on the podcast. I really love that green checkered set. That is just so cool to me. But they do have a playful travel inspired aesthetic. Again, they're looking to blend like nostalgia and a certain playfulness in their looks. And they take like this like super adventurous approach. So I think they're really cute. And I do think that like if you're going to the Hamptons, your travel to get there look and then your lounge around the house look can be a little less like sophisticated than your going out looks. One of the first things that I noticed when we were walking around along the streets of Montauk was just how like every single girl had like a coordinated set on, like a workout set. Like even if they weren't necessarily just leaving Barry's, like they thought about it because they put on that set. And I do want to recommend some workout sets because like, you know, I'm a workout girl and I love my workout brands. And there are definitely brands that I know of that I feel like belong in the Hamptons. Like every girl was walking along the streets with her like little Aldo yoga set, which has now become such a big brand because the Jenners are fans. They have the Aldo Wellness Club in LA where people go to work out. So a lot of people like know about them because of that, but they actually use a very innovative blend of performance fabrics. One is called the Airlift and then the other one's called Aldo Soft. And basically they're just super comfortable, but they look very sleek, these materials, and they have a commitment to mindful movement and sustainability. So they're great for anyone who values eco-conscious brands. And you can read a little bit more about their sustainability commitment on their site. A Spiritual Gangster, which is a little bit more like hippy dippy, I would say, but I love Spiritual Gangster stuff. I think that they have really in creative approach to design where it's like you would never think to like do that color block move on a workout set. They are very positive. That's their whole like ethos. A lot of their clothes feature like uplifting messages, for example. They also incorporate like elements of yoga into their designs, which is cool. And what's most important to me, and that I think is super, super cool about this brand, is that they have a certain commitment to charity and they donate a lot to right now Feeding America, their proceeds. So I just said that sentence backwards, but I wasn't writing it, so sue me. And I think that they're a great brand to check out as well. Bandier makes one of my most complimented sets I have ever worn. I think a lot of people don't know about them. Bandier, they have a stock of other brands on their site, but they also have an in-house brand. And that brand is the brand of the set that's always complimented, my black and brown set. I think it's super cool. So their clothing is high performance functionality meets high fashion aesthetic, catering to both workout and then post-workout lifestyle needs. And they just stand out because of their own in-house label that is super chic and cool while being comfortable. I actually love that those brown pants have pockets because I'm a pocket girl. And one of the things I said to Nick when I noticed that like all of the girls were walking around with their, you know, like workout sets on, I'm like, all right, so this is the biggest difference I've noticed so far between the Hamptons and the Jersey Shore. Because Nick grew up going to the Hamptons in Montauk and I grew up going to the Jersey Shore. And I was like, at this time, at the Jersey Shore, every single girl is walking around in her jean shorts, half off from last night, a bikini top that she left at her best friend's house that they're renting down the street, and her hair looks like this. In the Hamptons at this time, the girls are going for coffee in their little Aldo yoga workout sets. So that is what I will say about that. And okay, let's talk about three more things you will need outfits for, or events you'll need outfits for. You will need an outfit for if you're going to the beach. So I'm going to talk about some brands. I already told you about Black Bow. I really like Black Bow, not only because they made my swimsuit that I wore to the Hamptons, but because they show a wide range of sizes. And they take a really inclusive approach to swimwear. They have a lot of adjustable features on their suits, and they try to show diverse models on their site. Monse. They currently have a collab with Olivia Culpo, if you know that. They are a luxury swimwear brand recognized for meticulously crafted designs, and they have a commitment to handmade production. They are a little bit more high-end, but they're very fashion-forward and cool. Ozere. They are very glamorous, and there is a certain glamorous element to the Hamptons. And so if you want a high fashion luxury swimsuit to wear by your pool, you want like a glistening, bold Lurex swimsuit from Ozere. I think that they are really cool. Everything's shimmering and sophisticated, but also fashion forward. Like you're making a statement with your swimsuit. If you're going to Surf Lodge for a day party, you might want to wear Love Shack Fancy. I just think, so Love Shack Fancy is very romantic. They're known for like their florals. Everything's pink. Everything's whimsical. You feel like you're in a fucking fairy tale when you put on one of their little dresses with a little lace-up corset. They're really cute. And they also have this like bohemian backside to them, but then they also are like modern at the same time. So check out that site if you haven't yet. Frankie's Bikinis. Now, this is yet another swimsuit brand that I think does really cool resort wear and just clothing in general. I think they make super cute little sets and dresses for like going to Surf Lodge during the day. I would definitely check them out. They are known for kind of like their hand-sewn embellishments. They do some really cute designs, both in their swimsuits and in their clothing. We also got a Verge Girl. This is kind of like, I didn't realize I was going to put this one on until I went to their Instagram and I was like, this is so Hamptons. They have more of like a youthful, rebellious spirit, if that's more your vibe. They do have, so they blend their clothing brands like urban aesthetics with like a high fashion look to them. And I think that they are really cool. They're contemporary priced and they're in the contemporary price range. I am now speaking gibberish because I want my fucking lobster roll. And then if you want to go out at night, let's say you're going to Gurney's or like Bounce, which is apparently where Sloppy Tuna used to be, even though I've never been to Sloppy Tuna, but I say that like I've been. Then you might want to like wear Cult Gaia. Cult Gaia is a little pricey, I will say. That's the brand that designed the wedding guest dress of my dreams, which we talked about a few episodes ago. They are just, their looks are so architecturally stunning. They do like really cool design elements with feathers, with just like avant-garde shapes. So they're awesome. If you want to be the standout at the party, the one who gets all the compliments on your outfit, Cult Gaia is where you go. Obviously, if you know them, they started and gained a lot of recognition when they made like the big brown wooden bags. Meshki, which both myself and Maria recommend if you're going to the Hamptons, because they blend luxury with affordability in a really nice way. And you will scroll through their site and just be like, that screams me. I need it. And shopping just feels easy on their site, I would say. Also, Yellow the Label, which is a recommendation I had for summer wedding dress brands in the past, but they're known for their like clean lines and sophisticated tailoring. Their pieces are versatile too, where they're very like day to night. So maybe you would wear like your Yellow the Label dress to Surf Lodge, but they're cool. And yeah, so those are my brand recommendations. I think there's nothing left to do here besides eat my lobster roll and take a picture of it. I really hope this is good. Jax. It's smaller than I thought, but I'm not complaining. I feel like I say that all the time. All right, so okay, I appreciate this. I do appreciate this. Let's like use my shoe to, no, that's dumb. The things I think that I shouldn't do that I do anyway. You know what I mean? Anyone else? No? Just me then, I guess. Let's take a good little picture of this. Ba, 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 ba. Oh yeah, that looks great. The lobster does look really good, I have to say. They give you some nice chunks. Gonna dive in. Girls, the fact that they have not been in this at all. Wow. Okay. So a few things. One, I haven't had lobster on like, I would call this a hot dog style bun. I'm actually pretty sure this like is a hot dog bun in a very long time. I smell the lobster got stuck in my teeth. But that is really good. And I appreciate 668 the Gig Shack's idea to put croissants, to put their lobster on the croissant, but this is croissant. The real way to say that is like croissant, right? But only someone who lives in the Hamptons would know that. And I just vacationed there once, so I think I can say croissant. Anyway, this is really good. And it's not overly mayo-y, which I do really appreciate. I love the tiny little chopped scallions on top. I think that that's really good. The roll, I mean, obviously if this was warm and toasted, I do think it would be a tad bit better. But this lobster is very fresh and very good, and I can't complain at all. Come here. Look. Come see. Look what I got. You want to try? A little bit? Of course she does. I love that I don't have to get up to go get them. Oh, also there's celery in this, which I think is really good. Here. You can have a little bit. Try it. It's fish. You love fish. She's more interested in the bread. I know her. No? Oh, no. She'll settle for a piece. No? No? Not into it, huh? Not into it, but intrigued nevertheless. Yes, that's my cat. Oh. All right, what did you think? She wanted to take a full bite of her own. All right. Okay. So you like the bread. Okay, no. She likes the bread. She likes the bread. Don't swat at me. Don't swat at me. You be good. You be good. You're not Hamptons Goals. She's like, maybe I'll try this lobster again if mommy won't give me the bread. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed our Hamptons episode. I hope you learned about just how chic and rich you feel when you're in the Hamptons and that you should dress the part. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this lobster roll and not give Kit any more of the bread just because I care about her so much. We will be back with another episode very soon. Tell your friends about Dinner for Shoes. Tell them to be careful if they're wearing shoes this high, especially when they're in the Hamptons and they might be walking on sand. And yeah, have a good rest of your summer. Bye.